Hey there, all my nomad friends. We've got some great news. We finally have the location for the 2019 RTR, and it's out in the Skadden Wash. Now, it's right next to where it was last year, but I don't know if it's any better or worse. I've heard rumors that it's smaller, but then apparently that was a misunderstanding, so it's even bigger. Who knows? We're going to find out. It's the one that BLM assigned to us, and we'll make it work regardless of how it turns out. Interestingly enough, this location is just about a quarter mile from the previous spots, and you can copy the locations on the screen and in the description, put it into Google Maps, and there you go. It'll drive you right there.
Lots of people out there on other YouTube channels telling you all kinds of things, and none of them know anything. Don't listen. If you want to go to the right place, listen to us. And if you want to go to the wrong place, be sure and listen to them, because they know nothing. We barely even know anything. And so please disregard anything you're hearing from any other YouTube channel except this one.
Sounds like somebody doesn't want the competition on YouTube. That disclaimer all aside, all this information is up to date, unless you see something in the sidebar that's like, whoa, big update, whoa. I know they come off a little bit rude in their recent RTR videos, but let's cut them a little bit of slack. They're organizing this giant event, and I'm sure it's incredibly stressful, so I'll let that all slide. This year's location is on land that's actually designated as no camping, which has several important changes for this year. One, it means that you won't be able to camp there before or after the RTR. Like, you have to get there on the 9th, and you have to leave on the 20th. Number two, it also means that we'll be operating under even stricter rules that would normally be applied to the campgrounds. Big thing is that there's quiet hours from 10 p.m. to 8. That's a pretty big change from last year if you remember a couple people complained about noise from the music section. My reaction to this news is mostly negative. It was already an issue last year with people complaining about the music section was too loud and that a few people ran their generators at night. Now, sound carries pretty far in the desert, especially when it's downwind. I personally don't mind music being played at all for like few nights and things like that, but many people did complain last time. I think 10 p.m. at night is a little bit early, right? But I reluctantly understand. I don't know what this means for people with generators that need them for like medical things. Some people really have to run them. Not sure what they're gonna do. I might have a solution to that later in the video though, so keep focused. And of course, there's all types of people at the RTR. All different ages and social ability levels and things like that. Introverts, extroverts. I'm pretty introverted myself, but don't come expecting to find a secluded area that you can just be in complete solitude all by yourself and pure peace. RTR is going to be busy, and there's going to be a lot of people. You really are going to a giant convention. It's not one giant party. It's not a Woodstock. It's not Burning Man, but you are going to be surrounded by a lot of people. So if you really have to be super secluded all by yourself, maybe just come visit during the days, and then you can go park in another town nearby and then come in the day. The mindset you have to have is that this is a shared campground, and there's going to be a lot of people. Introverts, prepare accordingly. This year, they're actually issuing permits right at the RTR in a booth set up just for that purpose. Last year, you did have to get a pass, but this year is going to be even more enforced. I also saw that they're going to try and assign orderly parking. I don't know what that means. That might become a pretty big issue, so we'll have to see. Some of the spots last year got really crowded and blocked some roads, so I really understand the desire to have, traversable paths through, and that would be a big issue if you had to have, somebody had a heart attack and you had to bring a ambulance through there or something. They wouldn't be able to because you'd have to move all the vans in the way, so I understand that. But if it turns into a rigid, like Walmart parking lot where everything's orderly like that, I'll probably peace out to the old RTR site. I need my creative spirit, man. You can't hold me down. This year they will have the Porta-Potties again, but for the first time, they'll also have trash dumpsters, which is awesome. This should be a good improvement. And yeah, of course, there's always the Porta-Potties, but do you really want to use the one that's been sitting out in the sun for days? Nah, even though they do empty them out, you don't want to do that one. Really only for emergencies with me. A different, possibly more or less inconvenient option, depending on how you look at it, is a cheap toilet you can set up in your van. While I'm on the road, I know all the best bathrooms in the rest stops, but for emergencies, here's my go-to. Where is it? There's a link in the description if you want to get one of your own. Definitely make sure you set it up properly. You don't want it to collapse while you're using it again. Don't do that. There's a little bit of a dog warning. Starting this year, it's expected that all the dogs are going to be on leashes while in camp. It's a BLM rule and a common courtesy. Yeah, Bob has a dog, and he's said it himself that he hates this rule, but with so many people and so many things going on, You don't want your dog to get loose, even if they're super well trained. Maybe somebody's generator explodes and the dog gets scared and they go out, or maybe they go and eat a cactus and hurt themselves. So you got to keep your dogs on a leash, and it's for their safety more than anything. So you definitely want to do that. Now, if you are going to come early, you can't park in the normal RTR spot, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get there a little bit early. Ooh, windy. Currently, my plan is to camp in the previous RTR location, which is just a little bit north of the new one, probably about a quarter mile. This will probably be the place that's more lax on the rules, and we probably won't have the same strict time curfew, and you can play music and run your generator if you have to, which is good stuff. If that doesn't work, possibly I'll camp around Lake Havasu until the RTR starts. When I touch down there, I'll upload a video on how to get to Camp HOBOTECH, which is where I'm setting up camp, and you guys should come say hi. If you want any sort of videos or information, something specific about the RTR this year, let me know. Last year, we couldn't take pictures of the seminars, but this year, I think we can film a few of them, so I'll look and see if anything's interesting that I think would make a good video. Once again, RTR is free to come, it's free to camp, and all that stuff. The sunsets are pretty awesome too. Oh, and at night, you can sometimes see like the Milky Way galaxy in all its glory. So, if you're planning on camping or want to meet up, be sure to leave a comment. I'll be posting my campsite as soon as I get there and I figure out what's going on, and you can come visit me.